So good to touch base with you once again. It's now a new month, we're in February, and I'm just here to say hi, happy new month, and I do hope and wish you all the best for your goals of 2026 for this next coming season. Welcome to all the newcomers who are new to my channel. Thank you for joining me and subscribing to me and supporting this channel. And a warm welcome to all those new sorry, returning subscribers who are not new, who are always here to support me and supporting the channel, who are subscribing and commenting, and the channel is growing day by day. I'm just thankful and grateful for all your support and your engagement. Thank you and keep it going. It's not to be missed. I hope that today has been a day of productivity, positivity, and you are winning. It's all about winning. So hello everyone, warm welcome. I'm greeting you with peace, love and light. And my name, as you should know by now, is Lisa. I'm a life and business strategy coach at Successful Overcomers. And Overcomers is all about empowering and motivating women to inspire them and help them to lean into their skills in order for them to turn it into a business and achieve their business entrepreneurial ventures. So I'm all about empowerment. I'm all about building confidence, mindset, skills, and building your leadership skills. Yeah, and just helping you to thrive and achieve the person that you are destined to be. So today's live is about how I overcome my challenges in my personal life, in my business life. And I just really wanted to touch base and share with you 5 ways that I overcame my challenges and the principles and strategies that I used in order to be the better version of myself and to become the person that I am today. Now, as I'm aware, we all start at different places and in different spaces in our life, and some of us go through different difficulties and face different challenges. I am a mother myself, and motherhood has been a very challenging and was very challenging. Who is a mother? Hats off to you or to my women. And doing the mother rearing responsibilities, it's not a easy role, nor is it an easy role when you are combating trying to balance life's goals and achievements, and you are out in the employment space and you're working and you're growing. I just want to say hi and a warm welcome to everyone that's on board at the moment. Thank you. Peace, love and light to you all. And I do hope you subscribe, press that like button, comment if you need, and please do share and help this channel to grow as you all have been. I do hope you're all in good spirits, good vibes, good energy, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, as I was saying, shout out to all the mothers, all the women who are also professionally leading in their life. They're also developing themselves. There's challenges that we face, and as I said, this live today is going to be about sharing how I overcome my challenges in my personal business life. And it's just to really give somebody that empowerment and that little support to say, hey, you're not the only one, and I am understanding of one's difficulties, and I'm also sharing my difficulties to let you know things can be done and things do get better over time. And as we know, the difficult times, they don't last forever. So yes, as I said, being a mother, being a young mother at that, I did go through my challenges. I faced difficulties with managing life and life's responsibilities. Also, being a go-getter that I was always managing many different balls, many different hats, and I was professionally working, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, whilst supporting and giving to my child. I was also supporting, ensuring that my child was also growing to the best ability that she could be, to help her to reach her full potential in life. And day to day liberty does bring its constraints, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, whether it's financially. There's always some sort of rocky road to walk down. But I'm a great believer that our challenges and our struggles, our difficulties, they do build our character and they make you a stronger and more better equipped person. So I know when I was in my 20s and I was embarking on my study road, I found it very hard to be studying whilst focusing full time with my child. That was real great difficulty. But what I did know is that I wanted to achieve many things in life. So I decided that it was something that I would have to find a way to do. And I knew something would have to give in whatever aspect that may be, whether it would be my social life, whether it would probably be within relationships, whether it might have been within my um, time of extra time for myself. Something had to give. And as they say, with all great things, there's always some sacrifices. So I do relate to all those women and those really supportive go-getter mothers who are out there pushing ahead and achieving what they are desiring to achieve. So being a parent, studying, working, that was very challenging. Like I said, financially as well, there was many times where I faced lots of difficulties with my challenges with finances, but we got through them. And I do believe in the mindset that you can achieve what you want to achieve if you want to achieve it. And it's all about that level of self-belief and having that hope and that faith and that persistence to stick to what you set out to do and to find the solutions instead of looking at the problem. So that's how I managed to push on through there with my motherhood and studying and working and balancing things in that aspect. Um, what I would say along the way within my personal life, I've also experienced my challenges with my health, very high levels of stress, which I'm sure would come with when you're managing lots of different things in your life, and you are driven by the mind rather than think driven by the end goal. So you're just focusing on what you're doing, how you're going to do it, what's not working, instead of sitting back and looking at the bigger picture, being grateful for where you are and having an understanding that you are on a progression path. So my health, over the last 10 to 15 years, I've experienced many health difficulties, which impacts on my mental levels. It impacted on my emotional levels. It impacted on my physical levels. And also then my health also impacted within my health professional life, having to take time out from work with high levels of stress and anxiety. As I said, managing many different roles in my professional life as well as outside of that, being a caregiver, also being committed to family and family responsibilities. And as women, we're like that. We tend to give a lot of ourselves. We tend to be the care bearers and share a lot of love and understanding from our heart, and want to, really support where we can. So for me, it was having to take a step back and be a little bit realistic to what I can do, and with the resources and the time and the energy that I had, to really put that into focus and just to learn to really take control of my life and learn to say no, which was something that I wasn't very comfortable with. I don't like to disappoint. I'm more of a loyal person. So for me, saying no wasn't the easiest thing. But over time, as I seen that my health was being impacted, I had to really take a step back and just learn to say no. Like I say, take responsibility of my life and of my thoughts, of my actions, and be realistic to what I was able to do and in the time that I had to do it, and utilize my time and energies. That was most important. So one or two health issues was incurred, and along the way I've had one or two hospital stays, I should say, where I've had operations and things like that. So over time, my health has now become my uttermost wealth, and I really do take it seriously when it comes to the company that I keep, when it comes to the places that I go, when it comes to the food that I eat, and taking my levels of fitness very much seriously. And it's all about having that holistic and herbal approach to the mind and body and soul, ensuring that I'm having that balance in my life. So life balance, we all talk about life balance, but life balance is very much a, a thing we take for granted, because sometimes we don't believe that we have that full control, and to take lead of having that balance and creating that balance. And when you experience the negatives of that, then you really do focus and appreciate that you do have a lot more control and power to do better and be better for yourself, for the better. So my health aspects, I have experienced there a lot of difficulties and struggles, and I still manage day to day with one and two health conditions that, once I am doing the best that I can mentally and physically, learning to control and manage my energies and my time the best that I can, things for me are much more easier and manageable. I do have my difficult days, I do have my down days, and that is where I have to listen to my body and know when to take rest, when to take time out, and to re-energize, refuel, refocus, and then we can go again. Other areas in my life that I have seen difficulty has just been with day to day and management of, as most of us know, finances. Finances now, I'm a great believer that money is the greatest tool that we could have when it comes to giving us the best least of life. So health and wealth is great. Yes, we need that. And also finances go hand in hand. So I've always been very much a person who does like to create one's own independence and having the things that I desire, to do the things that I desire. But with the difficulties that I face with time out of employment or taking time out for studying, the sacrifices meant that my financial situations might be, a bit less than I would want. So I know what that's like to have setbacks and face challenges and be able to persevere really and make life what you can with what you've got and being grateful. Coming from humble beginnings, I know what it's like to live with very little. So when I do have an abundance, I very much appreciate that, and I don't take that for granted. And this is something that I do champion within the Successful Overcomer community, to have an abundant mindset and to have a positive relationship with money, because I believe money is fluid and it comes and it goes. And I do believe that it is there to be um, enjoyed, it is there to also be respected. And if you have good money management skills, then you can make the best of your finances and make it work for you and still live a decent and comfortable lifestyle. Also, I've had my challenges with relationships as well. And with that, I just learned to focus on the things that I can be in control of. Having self love and self care is the uttermost importance when it comes to love and wanting to share love. And then you've got a full cup to pour from, and then you can give to others. So, in relationship wise, I've also experienced some ups and some downs, and but I'm very still a positive mind, the positive minded person, I should say, who has a positive mindset to know that all is not bad. So one experience doesn't mean that the rest of experiences will follow, and to have an open mind to greater things that to come. So I have had my fair shares of challenges when it comes to family experiences as well. Family relationships are not the easiest. We're all different people. We, can be having our very much different mindsets, different behaviors, different needs, and having coming from a big family, there is a lot of responsibilities there, and the support and the needs for yourself as well as others can also have its fair share of challenges. Having different family members whose needs are greater in their levels of their health or their mental health, and supporting others, family members, whether it comes to their um, caring responsibilities, helping out with my nieces and my nephews, and supporting cousins, uncles, and aunties. When you come from a culture within the Black and ethnic minority culture, we do have a respect and a understanding of what it should be to be respecting of your elders, be very much supporting of your elders, and being supportive to your family members where you can to keep that close knit family ties together. And it's not always fun and joy, but we just learn to respect each other's differences and celebrate each other's joys, wins, and just be there as a comforting body for the times of need. So personally, I've had challenges and difficulties that I can say my life experience from young up until now hasn't been the smoothest, but I'm a great believer of turning negatives into positives and making the best of what you can, and understanding and knowing that difficulties do not stay around forever. And I'm a solution focused person, so I would always see the possibilities in a negative situation for that situation to turn around for the positive. So, my 5 takeaways, I would say, in regards to how I overcame my personal challenges was one, I would say to take control of my life. As I said, be in more control of the things that I can do and the places that I feel maybe not good for me, if they feel like they're too negative or the company's negative, or if I'm not eating right, my diet can play a massive role in how that impacts on my mood and my energy levels. So having control over that is very much something that I have been working on within these last 10 to 15 years. Also, the mindset shift has been the most significant, I would say, in terms of having that all round balance in your life. So shifting all negative thoughts and feelings or past events, and overcoming childhood trauma, overcoming um, negative experience really that have just not served you good, which may have not been your fault, which may have not have been in your control, But as you grow older, you learn that you can leave the past in the past, and there's ways that you can mentally learn to overcome your challenges and shift your mindset and build a positive mental attitude towards your current state of mind in order for you to consistently grow and become the better version of yourself. And I've done a lot of work over the years, practically, mentally, emotionally, and it has served me greatly to equip me with a better life balance and better functioning of the mind and of the body. Number two, I would say, is to really live to to live on my own terms. And by that, I mean, it comes hand in hand with number three, with saying no. So if I have a intuitive feeling or a gut feeling or a thought that maybe this is not right, circumstances or situations, then I will not act upon it, and I would leave that alone and know that's not for me, because there's been many a times where I've just continued and allowed that situation or that circumstance to control me, rather than me choosing to say, right, this is something that I like, this is something that I want to do, it's something that I think is going to have the better good for me, instead of thinking maybe sorry, for others, or the benefit that it might have for others, because I don't want to, disappoint or let people down, or not be that person that shows up, or just, it's not being a people pleaser, but it's just knowing and having that comfortable sense of feeling that you are doing this because you choose to do it, and because you know the benefit that it will have for you if you do it. And with that balanced mindset approach, and it helped me to see how something wasn't beneficial for me. So I'm not gonna do it, and I don't have to be unapologetic about it. So choose to live life on your own terms, I think, is a great motto to work with. And as I said, being comfortable to say no, setting boundaries, and that is a principle that I put in place personally, also professionally, especially when I've worked for other people and been an employee. You can be, if you're a person that's always supportive and you're that great team member and you're giving and you're showing up and you're always someone that they can rely on, you end up taking on so much that you don't realize. And so, some of the times you might not be getting the um, appreciation for it, you might not be getting the acknowledgement for it, whether that be in a verbal sense, in a practical sense, or in a financial sense. So setting boundaries, I find very, very much important to do. Setting boundaries inside your personal life and outside your personal life, sorry. Boundary setting is very key. And along with that, you will find when you say no, you say no. And if you don't want to do something, you don't need to give an explanation. I suppose a simple example of that may be, especially when we live in this modern day age where we have got phones and technology, and people kind of know and can watch you and see you. So if they call your phone or they know that you're active online, they expect you to respond, and respond instantly. And you're not to respond because you've got phone, and you can be accessible. That accessible life doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be accessible on their terms and be answerable on their terms. So boundary setting is something that I have gone to town with. I'm a great believer of setting boundaries, even like I say with my phone. So my phone will be switched off at a particular time and it will come on at a particular time. In terms of engagement of others, when I am in my mindset and in my lifestyle, um, interactive time, I will engage. And just because the phone rings, no, I don't have to answer it immediately. I don't have to respond immediately. And having that control and living life on your own terms stops you then being answerable to others or being working on someone else's terms, to someone else's agenda. That's what I would say. So just be comfortable with saying no. Have your boundaries, stick with them, be consistent with them. Let it be known what your boundaries are as well, and you don't have to explain, and you don't have to be unapologetic about that. Number 4, I would say that has helped me in overcoming my personal challenges as an all-rounder is being closer to nature. Having that connection with nature helps so much. Just as little as being able to be out with in a greener environment, being out to take time to ground myself and re-energize my internal batteries and bring my mind at peace and at still, not overthinking things. That's really been supportive and really been beneficial for me. So if anyone's not tried grounding, I really encourage it. Grounding is really good. I ground in the summer, I ground in the snow, I ground in the winter, spring, whatever the season. And you don't always have to have grass. If you're feeling very anxious, you're feeling quite overwhelmed, if you're feeling quite tired, or you're just needing just that time, it's very good to go on ground. 5-10 minutes, feet firmly on the ground, and just allow your mind to just be still and just be at a place of gratitude, be at a place of positivity, and allowing your body to say this is the chance to rebuild itself, just to take a breather, just to be at ease. And you'll find yourself very much re-energized after that experience. And the more you do it, you'll feel comfortable about it. The more you do it, you will see the benefits. Also, being around in nature, hugging trees, that is underestimated. I am a tree hugger. Hugging trees is really, really good to really reconnect you back with the earth. So we're all earth beings, we're all about energies, and sometimes we're just stimulated and around too much high powered technology and electrical devices and toxic energies really that are not good for our whole internal makeup. So grounding and hugging trees are very much key part of my, I would say, health, wellness and fitness. So I do a lot of grounding, walking in parks, and just being around nature. I like to be around the sun, so the sun is very key to totally re-energizing me. I'm like a Duracell battery, really energizes me, boosts me up, and if I'm feeling a bit drained, feeling a bit lethargic, demotivated, a boost of that sun or a boost of, as I say, the grounding, because we don't live in so much of a sunny country, then that really does re-energize me, and then I'm good to go, back on focus, back on track. Number 5 for me, I would say, which is very much should be number 1, but it is number 1 in my life, but number 5 is the best of all, and I would say it's having that spiritual connection. I've increased my spiritual connection over the last 15 years, and the peace of mind that has brought, amongst all things, has been the best, I would say. Having that spiritual connection, whatever that means to you, having that faith and that extra level of hope and spiritual connection, knowing that I am closer to a higher power and understanding that there's a higher power above me, someone that's also in control of my purposeful life, enabling me to have the strength and the ability and a sound mind to go on and live my purposeful driven life. Spiritual connection has been great, and having spiritual led people around you is a real natural booster and can boost your mental health. It can boost your emotional level, and it's just an all-round good booster for me, and it has worked wonders in my life. So spiritual connection is good. Just have an understanding of the higher realms and how the universe works, because then you would understand that when you are in a negative situation, you're facing some challenges, you know you're not the only one. You know these are the tides of life. It's the natural process and motion of life, that we up, we're down, we're up, we're down, and life is just about learning lessons, and overcoming challenges, and learning from mistakes, and also equipping yourself with all the tools and the strategies and the abilities that we need to keep us going, come through our life and lessons experiences. So having a grounded spiritual foundation, it really enhances that. So for me, yeah, that is great. Hi to everyone. Hi. Thank you. Okay, someone's got a question. I'm here to take any questions when you finish. I hope you can stick around, and I shan't be much longer. So yeah, spiritual connection has been great for me. Peace of mind. It has brought happiness. It's brought blessings, and it's also brought its own spiritual family, which are a great support as well. Great support network. So we're moving on now to my business challenges and how I overcame my business challenges. Now, because I've been on an entrepreneurial path for the last 20 years, the business challenges have always been quite part and parcel within my personal challenges, but they have their own, I should say, different sets of challenges. But because of the journey that I've been on for a long time, from building myself personally, professionally, to get to the space where I'm at within my business life, and the business ventures that I've been on and experienced, I'll just share with you 5 tips around that. So for me, with my business life, I would say I've learned to plan more. I've learned to prioritize more. I've learned to have routine. Routine has been very much supportive in its own way to reduce your overwhelming feeling that you get when you've got a lot of tasks to do, responsibilities and commitments. The routine, the planning brings structure and clarity, and therefore you're better focused. So for me, I learned how to utilize my time and energies again better. So planning and prioritizing and having a routine kept me focused, to have structure towards what I do, when I do it, how long am I going to do it for, and then with that came consistency. So then that brought better performance and productivity levels. Number 2, I would say, is that I learned to work smarter rather than harder. So a lot of the time we can be in a mindset where I've got lots to do, got to be doing lots. I need to be giving this much time to it, and you'd be doing very much long hours, long days, Monday to Monday. You know, that wasn't very healthy for me, and that isn't very smart. And I learned a lot from smarter people and successful people, and learned to implement systems, and I learned to develop my skill set, and that helped me then to work smarter in my approach, which doesn't mean that I wasn't giving effort. It doesn't mean I wasn't giving my best. It doesn't mean that I wasn't putting in the work. It just meant that I had a different approach to doing the work. Number 3, I would say, is I learned to delegate. So I learned that, yes, I have all this to do with my to-do list. I can do it all, having the skill set, but the time I don't have. So if I could get the help, so that would be beneficial to free up my time and let me do other things that I am more experienced to do, and probably enjoy some of the tasks more than others. So I learned to delegate, and delegating meant whether I hired someone in, whether I got a volunteer team in different areas, whether it be finance, whether it be admin, whether it be marketing, whether it was on the sales or business forming side. There's so much different levels to business, but I would say hiring someone or getting somebody in who's great at the job, can do the job, enjoys doing the job, is something that I would recommend. Delegating and feel comfortable to delegate, knowing that you are not giving away your role or rights, but you are being supported in doing what you do to achieve to achieve the end result quicker and effectively as well. Number 4, I would say again that would go in with number 3 with delegation. Ask for help. Some of us, like myself, I wasn't a big person to ask for help. I didn't really like asking for help. I felt like I was dependent on people and really just being a bit of a nuisance to others. I used to think, why would somebody want to help me, especially if I'm not paying them, or they don't. What's the benefit from them? And then I learned again through successful people and from training and developing myself that asking for help is one of the number one ways of getting ahead. So having a good team around you is very great. Whether you hire that team in or whether they're a volunteer team, asking for help enables you to get ahead. It helps you to progress. And again, it gives you time to focus on other things that are maybe more needed for your time and energy and for your skill set areas, or is it just a role that only you can do? Some things, if you're the boss or you're the manager, you're the managing director, that is only for you to make those decisions and do those roles. So if I could focus on those things, and then if there's admin tasks or other tasks that need doing, then I could set that to somebody else. If it's about content creating and it has to come from my mind and my skill set and my creativity, then obviously that's something I need to do. I can pass that over to somebody else once I've done that bit for them to do the next step. So asking for help, very comfortable with that now. Very much appreciate the help that comes as well. You'll notice that the more you ask is the more you gain. So learn to be an asker. Learn to be someone who asks for help. Feel comfortable with asking for help too, I would say. And number five, I would say is self-discipline. Be self-disciplined, because I've had my challenges where not being self-disciplined hasn't been the most effective. Self-motivation comes and goes, so that's a tricky one. You do have to be motivated. You can't wait on someone else to motivate you. But once you're disciplined, your motivation levels are there, your consistency levels are there, and therefore you'll be more proactive, you'll be more goal orientated, you'll be more productive, and you'll see an increase in your performance as well. And then you'll see an increase in your level of self-esteem and self-belief, because you know you can do this, because you've seen the results before, you've done it. But by having a disciplined approach, by having a structured approach, you will be more better equipped. So yes, I've overcome them challenges in business through learning, through developing myself, through networking and being around others, and being willing to be someone who learns from others. I've also got over my challenges and met my challenges through asking for help and investing in help, through having coaches and mentors who have helped develop me and my business and myself. So personal growth is definitely important. Professional growth is definitely important. And it's very much overall important to be a self-investor, whether that's in yourself, in your business, in your career life, in your health life. You need to self-invest in order to see the best result overall. So I hope that these 5 ways of overcoming your challenges in your personal health and business life, personal life and business life, has been useful. I hope it has given a bit more understanding to myself and some of the challenges that I have faced on my journey, and why I am a great believer of empowering and motivating and inspiring others to be a successful overcomer in their life and enabling them to reach their success, whatever that might mean for them, by equipping them with the mindset, strategies, with the business skills and the knowledge. So, anyone got a question? I am willing to help and answer. I'm here to serve. I think if you're still there, is it JR trapped in NWZO? If you're still here, let me know. If not, you can send me a message on Instagram at Successful Overcomers. My platforms are all Successful Overcomers. You will find me there on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. If you've got any questions about anything that I've spoke with, if you'd like any coaching support in how you can increase your confidence levels, health and well-being levels, whether you're thinking about starting a business, growing a business, building your leadership skills, building your confidence, anything like that, personal development, business development, that is what I am gifted to do, and that is what I serve others in doing. So I hope that this has helped, and yeah, I just want to wish you well on your journey in life. Continue to stay in a positive mindset, continue to have self-belief, continue to take leadership and control in your life and be the driver in your life, and just know that you are an overcomer of challenges. Yes, challenges will come, and you can have a solution focused mindset to overcome those challenges, and just be willing to see the positives in all negative situations and be a solution focused mindset person, because then that will see you through. So that is my take for this evening, and I look forward to connecting with you all, Successful Overcomers, very soon. Hi and bye to all, and a big thank you to everyone that came in, joined in, those that commented, those that have subscribed, those who have watched. I thank you, and I'm grateful, and just continue having that grateful, thankful heart, and having peace and love and light in your life. Take care for now. Thank you to all my top fans. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Love and light and peace be with you. Bye.